Morning and welcome back to another edition of Gary's Movie Emporium. It's Saturday, October 10th, and it's more Dollar Tree. uh, Here's what I got. I'm not going to show all of these today, but here's the big bag for it. First step right here, I'm just going to grab right off the top. Was able to get my hands on another King Kong, the animated series. I believe this is one I got before Volume 2. I haven't been able to find Volume 1 or 3. This is 108 minutes on this one. Has 4 big episodes of Tom of Thumb, I guess. I guess that's the bonus on this as well. And there's the back. Don't really know much about that one, but that looks pretty cool. And I got another, as long as I'm doing kids titles here, I'll throw up another one here. It's from PBS Kids. It's 'Twas the Night Before Christmas and Other Fairy Tale Adventures. Like I said, this is from PBS Kids. Has 4 reading adventures on this one. 100 minutes on this one. That's pretty good. There's special features of music videos, interactive games. Yes, and there are coloring pages for the little ones out there. Resources for parents. Special features are not rated or subtitled. English SDH subtitles, English stereo. Widescreen presentation on this one. So PBS went all out for this one. I kind of sound like a PBS worker plugging our product here, but it sounds really like it might be really good to pick this one up. And plus, it doesn't hurt that it's got a clear case for it as well. I love those. Okay, and then I don't know if this is supposed to be a spoof. I guess it's supposed to be. It stars Adrian Boucher and John O'Davies in the name of Ben-Hur. The Legend Returns. It sure screams spoof on the front cover. It might not be, but that's what it does to me. This is a Cinedigm title from 2016, 89 minutes. The classic hero returns in an epic adventure in the vein of Gladiator and Troy. Well, maybe it's trying to be serious, but man, that cover kind of screams spoof to me. It's just really rough looking. Looks like it's photoshopped or something on there. See that? Looks like they don't have a neck. The guy on the right, at least. And there's in the name of Ben-Hur. Guess it's supposed to be serious, but it doesn't really scream that. And then next up, I got Mercury Man. He Knows No Fear. Action designed by the team behind Ong Bak. It says it's a blast. Fantastic action sequences. Says film threat. And there's Mercury Man. I was going to get this in a trade, and then I started finding it everywhere once I, had it for trades. It's from 2006. 106 minutes. Still reeling from the Lakers game last night. I didn't watch it, but I got up this morning and I was like, I was wishing they would have put the Heat away, but I hate series that go on forever like that. Just wish it was done and over with. This is from 2006, like I said. This is a Magnolia title. It says, when a natural substance is accidentally embedded in the body of an unsuspecting fireman, he is transformed into the superhuman Mercury Man. So this is a bit of a superhero film. I don't know much about the Mercury Man here, but it kind of sounds like maybe, I don't know if it is English dub. So I'm assuming it's probably like Japan or Thai or something like that. And it looks like it's trying to be like a almost like Spawn, or Spawn mixed with Spider-Man or something. That's what it looks like to me. Kind of looks like it'd be right out of the Warner Brothers, or not Warner Brothers, but out of Marvel or something. That's why I had to grab it for $1 on top of it. And then I got another one of these. It's called The Covenant. Forgive Us Our Sins. This is a vertical entertainment. 80 minutes on this one from 2018. Cover explains itself. It's really cool looking. This takes place during the 17th century about a innocent young Persephone is falsely accused and put on trial for her life. Her fate seems sealed except for the timely intervention of the mysterious Reverend Mother, offering her not just sanctuary but hope. For the Reverend Mother is the self-appointed leader of a small religious retreat, a secluded priory where her fellow sisters devote their lives to the Lord and seek atonement from their past. But upon arrival, Persephone, I guess. I don't know. That's a weird word. I don't think I've ever heard that word before. Is plagued with terrifying visions and soon realizes that it's not salvation that awaits, but a battle for her very soul itself. If I butchered that, I apologize to the makers of this and you guys out there that probably know that word 100 times over. But that's The Covenant. Looks pretty cool. Can't complain about a Killer Nun movie either. And then I got a movie. I seen this one. I believe this was a Chiller Films. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was a Chiller Films. It stars David Morse and Rainn Wilson. It's The Boy. Evil always begins somewhere. And this is a Scream Factory as well. Kind of a dead giveaway. If you look for screams, if they're clear, generally they're a Scream. Sometimes they're, I don't know if they're sometimes at RLJ, but usually if they're clear like this, that's a sign that they're going to be a Scream Factory title. Basically, this takes place in the summer of '89 about a 9-year-old Ted Henley and his father John. And they have a motel in a little mountainous range called Mount Vista, a crumbling resort buried in the mountains of the American West. The mother has left him and the son and drifted into despondency, and she leaves Ted to fend for himself in this isolation unchecked by the bounds of lack of parenting, I guess, and stuff like that. And Ted's darker impulses begin to manifest. Basically, if I'm not mistaken, he tries to play, and mess around with customers and things like that. And he's just pure evil. He's kind of like a Damien without the Prince of Darkness presence. He's just kind of like Children of the Corn. Like he's really kind of on the evil side, and I really like this, but this kid is just so very unlikable in this movie. He does a good job, but he's very unlikable as well, and that's The Boy. And if I didn't say what year that was from 2015, and when Chiller was a thing, that's where I saw it. It was on Chiller TV. And then next up, and I got another one of these, A Doggone Christmas. Stars Dominic Swain, Rib Hillis, Lauren Parkinson, Paul Logan, and Amy Holt. It says introducing YouTube sensation Just Jesse the Jack. This is Dove approved as well. This title came from 2016. I think this might have been a Canadian release because it has the Quebec Nordique symbol on the back here. But that's A Doggone Christmas. And then got this complete with a slip here. And it's stuck. And I'll just let you see the cover itself. See how it's embossed on there. That's probably one of my better Maneater series ones that I've seen in terms of what the covers, the slip covers. descend to a nightmare where the dead come alive. After his young bride is poisoned on their wedding day, a brave warrior and his loyal comrades descend into the terrors of the underworld to retrieve her soul. Challenged at every turn by unrelenting horrors, they return from their chilling journey to find they're not alone. They've been tracked by a pack of snarling, savage beasts that kill everything in their path, loaded with action-packed battles and gripping suspense. The ultimate hunt for survival is on. This is a widescreen presentation with a running time of 87 minutes. It's from 2008. Says it's an RHI right there in the logo. Well, along with a Vivendi Entertainment release, and that's Hellhounds. I don't think I've ever seen this Maneater series title before. Allergies bother me a little bit. It's probably because it's like nearly all of like 60 degrees, and it's like 3 in the morning right now. It's causing my nose to have that little tingle, because of the pollens and ragweed, if there's any out there. Shortwave is the next title up here. Juanita Ringling, Christoph Tapia Mont, and Kyle Davis. It's called Shortwave. I love this cover. Kind of has that really throwback look to like Metropolis. I can't remember what year that's from, but that was a long time ago. It says it's a 2016 title. They gave it 4 stars according to UK Film Review for people that are in the UK familiar with that news sheet. This too looks like it could possibly be an overseas release title. It's approximately 88 minutes. Modern and unrelentingly tense psychological sci-fi thriller based on the story of the origins of shortwave radio frequency. Shortwave is an unnerving reminder that some stones are best left unturned. Yeah, it's considered horror on here according to that, so I think it's a case of it being much scarier than its cover, more or less. This just kind of looks sci-fi-ish to me, but it does say it has horror type elements in it, so it should be a pretty good one. And that's 3, 6, about 8 titles in there, guys. I can keep going with them for a little bit, but I don't want to overkill you with, so many titles. And then next up, I got a boxing one here called the Brawler. Pretty basic here. It's 94 minutes from Vertical Entertainment. It's about I don't know if he's a former Marine, but he's a father, a husband, a brawler. Chuck Wepner, a liquor salesman from Bayonne, New Jersey, gets a shot at the heavyweight champion of the world. His battle with Ali is just the beginning of a wild ride that takes him from Jersey to Hollywood. So I heard about this. I just don't know if it's much any good. It's from 2018, like I said, if I didn't already. And it's rated R for strong violence and pervasive language and drug content and some sexuality. So just be a little bit forewarned about that. If drug movie type things put you off, or too much sex or whatever in movies, it's got a little bit of that in here. It looks like he fights Muhammad Ali in there. I don't know. It might be true. Then next up, I got a movie called Dystopian. Kill the Past, Save the Future. I believe I showed this one in past videos as well. It's 87 minutes. It's an E1 release. This takes place in 2037. About the world dying from a virus. Not a single child has been born in 25 years. Governments are powerless, much like what's going on now. The world's biggest thing is he keeps promising a cure that never comes. A pair of scientists, Michael Coopin and Simon Phillips, attempt to create the world's first teleporter managed to create something even more powerful, time machines. I guess they traveled back to 2017 to try and I don't know if they try to change the events of the past, I guess, so that the plague doesn't ever hit, I guess, but it could end up messing it up even more, and I don't know if I would, I mean, I know the world in this movie is decimated, but sometimes you can make things even worse. Like wipe out all of humanity. Sometimes these time machine movies backfire on people. And then I got another movie here from ITN and E1. It's called After Doomsday. After a global apocalypse, Lilith wanders and remains a civilization, hoping to find any sign of life, but what seems to be a quiet, deserted world quickly turns into a battle of survival to become the last man standing. The countdown has started. My thing is with this, though, is like, in this wave, it seems like a lot of these are pandemic related movies. I don't know. I know they don't have any control what's sent out, but I think it's too soon to be, trying to. I know they're not. Their message isn't to send out these because of COVID, but I don't know. Just some of these titles, I think I'll hold off and watch when things calm down a little bit more than they already are. It says it's a 2015 Phase 4 film here with a copyrighted date of 2009 slash through 2013. So I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if it took a while to get it to home video. It says they do have an e1films.com. Be sure to type in us.e1films.com. So. It says Alone at Last. Kind of has that Independence Day look to the back with it there. And then got a movie that Cool Duder, I believe, said he played in. Like, I don't know if he was a cameo in it or what, but Are You Still on the Naughty List? Krampus 2, The Devil Returns. I don't mind them making these movies that are like about Krampus, but let's face it, they took the idea of when the Krampus movie came out to theaters, and then every studio that was indie that thought they had to do their rendition of one, and I just don't like that. I mean, I know the Krampus legend is well known and everything, and I know there's franchise out there, waiting to snatch onto the next big thing. But I don't really think Krampus is the next big thing for horror. I wouldn't mind seeing some more originality going on right now for horror films. But I know a lot of it's been done before. But if you can tweak things and mess with the formula, I think you can come up with something a little bit more. Not that this is bad. I don't even know if I've seen this, to be fair. But this is from 2016. It takes 5 years after the murder of a wife and disappearance of his daughter. Former police officer Jeremy Duffin is brought back to help into the hunt for a Yuletide monster that punishes children that have been naughty. As the monster becomes more erratic and unpredictable, Jeremy learns the truth about the disappearance of his daughter and the fate that has been bestowed upon him by an unlikely source. Can Jeremy finally end the nightmare Christmas monster that has terrorized the town for years? And I'm sorry I keep burping, but my acid reflux got to be bothering me again this morning. But you don't want to hear that. But I'm just saying, if my voice sounds a little off on the camera, it's because it kind of comes and goes. Anyone that suffers from that probably knows what I mean. Not trying to make excuses for my talking being a little raspy, but that's if I'm on video and that's the raspiness you hear, that's probably the culprit. Is my acid reflux. I try to keep it in check with medicine, but sometimes I swear that medicine makes it worse. Tony Todd, Michael Eklund, and Lance Henriksen. I'm happy right there alone for having Tony Todd and Lance Henriksen. It's in this because it's called West of Hill. Oh, this is the last stop. Kind of has that futuristic, like apocalyptic kind of thing going on with a western, but this is saying after the Civil War, but it kind of helped with the vehicle there. Oh wait, I thought that was a vehicle. Okay, that's a train. I didn't see that part up there. Uh, I thought it was a. I thought it. Okay, well, this takes place during the Civil War, uh, near Atlanta. Ex-slave Jericho Whitfield plans to avenge the murder of his daughter. Jericho's mission is to scalp and kill Annie Hargraves, his former master's rebellious teenage daughter. The only thing standing in Jericho's way is Roland Bursley, Michael Eklund. He played in The Divide, a vicious mercenary hired to protect Annie on her journey. But Jericho, Roland, and Annie soon discover there's something far scarier than three of them on this train, and that their final destination may not be where they originally planned. So I don't know if there's a monster running aboard this train. No idea. It sounds really cool. Like I said, it has Tony Todd and Lance Henriksen in it. Yeah, got a number of titles there. I wanted to get the bag down to a little bit more. Bring them out. Maybe bring out. Yeah, maybe one more. I think that'll be it here. Sorry about the delay, guys. I'm trying to situate some of the stuff here. Okay. Ain't got a lot more, but I'm trying to keep the video a little shorter than some of my past ones. Another one for the horror rack here. I've seen this. This is really short, though. It's called The Headhunter. Vengeance is Coming. It's a vertical entertainment. Visually beautiful, a heart-pounding, devastating climax. Nothing short of brilliant. This is Andy Breslow of Fear Forever. On the outskirts of a kingdom, a quiet but fierce medieval warrior protects the realm from monsters and the occult. His gruesome collection of heads is missing only one, the monster that killed his daughter years ago. Driven by a thirst for revenge, he travels wild expanses on horseback, using sorcery to aid in his quest. When his second chance arrives, it's in a way far more horrifying than he ever imagined. This has elements of the medieval times, of course, mixed with a little bit of paranormal kind of like stuff. Not like aliens, but like the unexplained kind of paranormal. Kind of like where is this, where's this headhunter guy? Where is he, what's he all about kind of thing. It's like weird because it's like he doesn't seem like very human throughout. And then I think they might throw doses of like hints as to what's going on with him, but I don't know if they ever. I can't remember. It just seemed like by the time you got really into this, it was over. That's how short it is. I believe it's like, it's from 2000. Man, that's really hard to see. I think it says 2019 though. Yeah, I don't see how long it is. Oh wait, there it is. So hard because the plastic on it was scuffed. Believe me, it's short. Shorter than I would have liked, but I'm gonna do the one last DVD here, and then I got four Blu-rays, and then I'm done. I got a movie starring Mark Chow and Hung Bo, Black and White, the Dawn of Assault. There's no gray area in justice. A film by Sai Yu Hassan. I guess that's how you pronounce that. This is a Shout Factory too, so I was lucky to get my hands on another one of these. 142 minutes, quite an extensive movie length here. 2012. The DVD producer is Henry Weintraub. When a maverick cop and a gangster head for retirement team up, sparks will fly, heads will roll in black and white. The Dawn of Assault, a big screen prequel to the popular television series from Taiwan, The Dawn of Assault, puts its own spin on the classic buddy cop formula with the outrageous AV filled to the brim with over-the-top stunts, government conspiracies, and weapons of mass destruction. Suspended Detective Wu finds himself back in the thick of things when he crosses paths with Triad member Zhu, who's looking to unload a stash of hot diamonds. So, this sounds kind of promising. It kind of has that Rush Hour look to it with Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan. Apparently, this is based on a TV series. I don't know if I think they just said that it was this. Yeah, it's a big. Apparently, this movie is this prequel before this TV series, I guess. Looks pretty promising. Like I said, it's a Shout Factory, and it's a clear case one, so I'm loving that. I love the clear case look. Looks sleek. Looks different. It's not the usual dark case, or some cases you'll get those brown colored cases or whatever too, that are DVD or pink, or occasionally once in a great while. But I like the clear case. I think it's a unique look. This movie stars Lee Jung Ja, Choi Min Sik or Sik, and Hwang Jung Min. Pick a side. New World. Park. Directed by Park Hoon Jung, from the creator of I Saw the Devil. And I apologize to anyone that can speak Thai or whatever, Korean or whatever language this one's in. I'm trying my best. I try to give it justice, because I don't know, I'm not too good at saying like foreign names like that. The heads of the Goldman Syndicate is dead. 3 men prepare to seize power by brute force, and 1 man has a secret that could destroy them all. So, this has quite a lengthy running time as well. Clocks in at 2 hours, 15 minutes. Original language Korean. Master audio. So it should be really good sounding. Thank God. I hate watching movies where the sound ain't an important element. I think it says 2012 on it as well. They're saying this is a superb gangster film here, so no reason not to believe them, at least to some extent. That's one of the... I got 3 more Blu-rays here. I know they're kind of repeats of what I've showed in past videos, but they are out there, or were out there. By the time I made this video, though, they're probably well picked over every store, so don't get hope that I got these like recently. It's just I haven't gotten around to showing them. It ain't like I went out like yesterday and I got all of these or something. It's me getting around late to doing them, and I apologize for that. It's just kind of one of those things, This is a heartbreakingly authentic and will be familiar to any teenager who grew up in a small American town, says Variety. Sounds like right up my alley. I grew up in a small town. I'm very small town like. I don't like living where I currently do. There's way too much noise. There's not much privacy. Being, on display here, like people, you could be sitting on a porch and then, you can't be left alone, or like somebody's got to say something. I'm a loner. I'm not a talker per se. This is called Beneath the Harvest Sky, and this is a Tribeca film. I think I've read this before. I'm not going to read it today. This is from 2013. I love the cover to this. I think it's very authentic. You know, it has that nostalgia look to it, like from the older movie titles. I can relate with this movie because, like I said, I grew up in a very small town. I probably grew up in a town smaller than the guys in this movie. I mean, I think we had population of maybe 300, 400, maybe, if you go on the back roads. But I miss those little towns. I know people might like the hustle and bustle, but I'm more of a country. Oop, there goes the old printer cartridge. Sorry about that noise. Was trying to get the position for the Blu-rays to set over there. Next up, I got a movie with Uma Thurman and Evan. I think it's pronounced Evan. Evan Rachel Wood. The Light Before Her Eyes. Rated R from 2008. And Magnolia title as well. I've read this one too as well. I don't know much about this one. Other than I know it's a very early Uma Thurman movie here. I don't know if it's like two girls that one tries to obsess over the other one, or yeah. Says something about a moment of life and death decision, so I'll leave it at that. Maybe telling you reading in full detail wouldn't be as effective if you sat down and watched it for yourself to make your determination of what it's really about. Sometimes these synopsises aren't, altogether spot on a lot of times. Like you could perceive things many different ways. Movies for people always have a different message for someone. They might have a conspiracy about something in the movie or whatever. But and then finally here, I don't mean to cut myself off on that one over there, but I finally got one final one here. This is self-explanatory too. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This is a classic. This has audio commentary, 5 featurettes, The Making of Killer Clowns, Composing Clowns, visual effects with Gene Warren Jr., Keating's Clowns. Oh, Creating Clowns. Oh, okay. Never mind. I didn't see that or the comma there. Chiodo Brothers' earliest films, 2 deleted scenes, director's commentary, bloopers, theatrical trailer, and more. I'm glad I found this at the Dollar Tree, though, because I've had 2 renditions of it on DVD. They both had different covers. And then this wave or phase, whatever you prefer to call it, come along, and they came out with these Killer Clowns, and I'm like, wow, they have a lot more special features on here, so the upgrade is more than worth, it is anyways with $1, but I mean, it's worth a lot. It says it's a 50 gigabyte dual layer, so this should be really great, pretty great quality here. It's from 1988, 86 minutes. I seen this movie years ago at what was called Country Video. They were kind of like, as it states, out in the country. And they had this, and I saw it on the shelf, probably somewhere about 30 years ago. And I brought it home, and I loved this. I watched it all the time when I was home from work. I'd watch this constantly. I recommend this. I would love to see a sequel, but if they can't match the quality or at least half as good as the quality of this movie on their budget they had to work with, then I'd rather them not have a sequel. But there's been talk of them having a Killer Clowns 2 for a while. I just don't know if it'll ever happen. This comes with a 2.0, which don't fret from that, because I've listened to 2.0 ones before, and the sound has been better sometimes than the 5.0. I don't know why that is. That's just the way it happens to be sometimes. This is an MGM title. The Chiodo Brothers have worked on such movies as, the main one that I know of, they worked on Pee-wee's Big Adventure. They did the Large Marge scene with her opening the, well, I don't know if Pee Wee opened the door or she did, but the door opened to the truck, and then tell them Large Marge sent you, and then she, you know, and then Pee Wee said something to her, and then her face got all clay like. That's what they designed, and they did a really good job with that. So that you know what kind of work to expect with Killer Clowns and this. So they actually got a bit of a budget. I mean, not a lot, but a lot more than say a lot of indie companies would get to work with. It's too bad they aren't doing a lot more than what they do, because I like their style of humor mixed with their. Uh, I like the kind of animation that they do. It's very unique. I think they might have did stuff for Beetlejuice as well, if I'm not mistaken. I don't like to commit to that unless I know for sure. But I think now that I think back, I think they did some things in Beetlejuice, like the sandworm and little things they did in that and um, Beetlejuice. But that wraps up the haul, and I'll let the Killer Clown take us out of video here. And like I like to say, thank you for watching, and thank you for liking and sharing and subscribing when you are able to, and watching my videos. Take care, everybody. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.